Come along with me as I fly across the country to go to one of my favorite places in the world, the Grand Tetons. I'm going to be camping with my best friend and experiencing the fall for the very first time in this special place. So come as we make more memories and learn what there is to see in the fall. I'm flying from DC into the Jackson Hole Airport for the very first time, but unfortunately for me, I was on the wrong side of the plane. Luckily, I still saw beautiful views of the mountains on my way out, and my best friend Emily picked me up because she lives in Bozeman, Montana, and so she was able to scope out a camp spot in a very crowded weekend during the fall. I made it to Wyoming, and I'm hanging out with Emily. We are camping in the Tetons this weekend. Emily was lucky enough to score us a spot. This nice German couple actually let us share their spot with them. And we're apparently going to share it with another couple. But we're getting up early in the morning and there's so many people on this campsite and they're very loud. So let's just hope we sleep.
Lots of people trying to get into this campsite driving by.
Yeah, and the cars just keep driving by. So we'll see how much sleep we get. It's going to be a great night.
Great.
Can't wait. All right, it's 6 a.m. How much sleep did we get? The group next to us was so loud. They were yelling until midnight or like past midnight. And everyone here is getting up for sunrise. I heard like 20 cars, but we're up to, we're gonna head to sunrise. Let's do it. With everyone, all our friends. Although this spot was really crowded, we still got to see amazing views of the sunrise, and it was totally worth it to get up. Every time I'm in the Grand Tetons, I make sure that I wake up for most of the sunrises so I can see the gorgeous light hitting the mountains. We went to Schwabacher Landing, which is one of the most popular spots in the park, but there are plenty of other places where you can view the Tetons and see the sunrise that are just as good, if you ask me. All right, this is our setup. We're making 5 or 6 sandwiches and we're gonna put them in here. This is a real, let's check out the car actually. Let's look at the car before we head out. Here's the trunk. All right, I'm like, what's happening in the front?
Think to bring a bag. So we have our nice little salad of trail mix bread and now dried mango in a singular bag. Yum yum.
Delicious. All right, we're doing the Paintbrush Canyon Trail, which is one I've never done before. It's long, like 13 miles. So we've got tons of food. That's why I made 5 sandwiches. And I think I'm carrying as much gear as I would like backpacking. Like, I swear this thing is really
because
heavy.
of the lens.
I have my nice lens in case we see wildlife. So we're out and ready to go.
Hell yeah.
Fall in the Tetons definitely comes early. This was just mid-September and already we saw peaks of color coming through the trees, especially at the higher elevations. I was so excited because I've seen the Tetons with snow covering the ground and wildflowers covering the mountains, but I have never seen the fall colors. And let me tell you, it was a spectacular sight, especially along the Paintbrush Canyon Trail. This hike follows Jenny Lake before going up, up, up into the mountains. I really fell in love with this trail as the beautiful reds, yellows, and oranges covered it, and it just became more and more scenic as we went along. It was so peaceful, and we barely saw anyone on the trail. If you're looking for a wonderful hike, then you should definitely try the Paintbrush Canyon. That being said, even with the beautiful views, there were definitely a lot of struggles along the way, and I got especially tired as we got further and further into the hike.
I look so great. We stopped for some Lifesaver gummy pick-me-ups and just a little break. I think we have about a little more than a mile left.
Finally, after a very long hike into the mountain, we finally got to Holly Lake and were able to take a break and sit along the shore. It was so relaxing and one of my favorite parts of the entire day.
The best sight of all, Emily and dun 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 dun. The car. We found the car.
Honestly, once we got back to the car, all we could think about was eating. We were so hungry because we ended up only having one sandwich each. So by the time we got down, we were starving. Luckily, there are tons of restaurants in the Tetons, and we ended up going to Dornan's, which is one of my favorite places because they have gorgeous views of the Tetons, and they also have pretty quality pizza. So we got a pizza and a salad to split before heading back to camp. Emily and I don't get a lot of quality time together. She's one of my oldest best friends, but she lives in Montana and currently I live in DC. So we definitely took advantage of all of the time that we had together, having really good conversations and catching up on our lives.
Emily and I are exhausted after a long day in the sun and 13 and a half miles of hiking. So we're gonna call tonight early and like read in the tent. But the loud neighbors are here, so I will be wearing AirPods to sleep. This is just a reminder that leave no trace is also not making a lot of noise in the outdoors. So, you know, being in camping and playing music till midnight or after midnight, not really the thing. / yelling, yeah, not the thing. Okay, we met our neighbors. We got to talk to our van neighbors. They're great. They're great. We really liked them. And then the other neighbors were nice. They said they were going to try and be quieter tonight. We didn't say that they were loud, but to their face. Yeah. And that we were welcome to join their campfire. So they've earned a little bit of space left in our... They've earned some brownie points, a little brownie points, but I also forgot to bring my AirPods into the tent. We've been using them to block out the noise.
Fall asleep.
So pro tip, if you ever need, if you have AirPods.
There's nothing quite like the noise cancellation.
Yeah. But we're gonna go to bed early and wake up tomorrow and moose hunt, but you know, not actually hunt. We're not hunters. Visually hunt moose. So we'll see you in the morning. Good morning.
I may have been tired, but nothing is more worth it than getting up for the sunrise, and this one blew me away. Sadly, all good things must come to an end, and our time together was limited. Emily was going to go back to Bozeman, Montana, and I had a group trip that was waiting for me in Jackson Hole that Sunday. So we packed up camp and then set out to go search for moose. We didn't have much luck at first, going to a couple of my favorite spots to see them, but then on our way into Jackson Hole, one appeared.
We're waiting in line for breakfast, but we were mowing moose spotting. We didn't see anything. But on our way to Jackson, there was a bull moose right on the side of the road. Now we're gonna get breakfast because we're hungry.
We went to Persephone, which is my favorite coffee shop in the entire country, and that's saying something because I've been to all 50 states and been to plenty of coffee shops. We got all of the good fuel before heading out for a quiet day of shopping in downtown Jackson and then finally saying our goodbyes.
Well, I had a fantastic weekend with Emily, but now it's over and I'm on a work trip, so I'll see you guys next time.
That week, I went to the Tetons and Yellowstone with a group of amazing environmental activists and journalists. It was a fantastic time. We saw beautiful views, tons of wildlife, and I made a lot of new friends. But if you want to catch more of my adventures, make sure to like, follow, and subscribe so that you don't miss what I'm up to next.